with the Chicago section of the WrestleMania 2 Sins. Yeah, I know, this is a really weird thing I'm doing. But thankfully, since this never happens again with WrestleMania, you will never see me do this again either.
I think it comes down to football versus wrestling.
First we had a boxing match on the New York side of things, and now we got a crossover match between the WWF and the NFL on the Chicago side. What's next is going to be Hollywood celebrities fighting on the Los Angeles side. Also, the Fabulous Moolah and Velvet McIntyre are already in the ring, ready to begin their women's championship match. Not to mention the fans are probably dying to see some action after spending over an hour with nothing to do.
Oh boy, this is my first wrestling match, actually.
And after the result of this women's title match, Kathy Lee Crosby was never seen or heard from again in the world of professional wrestling. Oof.
Thank you very much.
Haha, Chet Cobbett got cut off by the ring bell. Bet that timekeeper just wanted to troll with him for a moment.
This event for the ladies championship.
Wait a minute, this whole event is for the women's championship? How the hell does that work here? Also, this guy clearly sounds like he doesn't want to be here as much as Susan St. James did on commentary over in the first section, and something tells me I'm going to have to deal with a lot of the boredom over here in the Central Time too. At least be enthusiastic.
A 60-minute time limit.
This championship match has a 60-minute time limit when conveniently enough, so does this entire section of WrestleMania 2 in Chicago. More awkwardness.
Velvet McIntyre. Velvet McIntyre.
Yes, we heard you the first time you said Velvet McIntyre. A word of advice, over here in professional wrestling, we actually introduce the wrestlers once, not twice.
She is the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Damn, when the hell did the Fabulous Moolah defeat Hulk Hogan to win the WWF Championship? Is there a fourth section of WrestleMania 2 in the unknown town of Appleton that you ain't telling us here? What is this madness?
One fall. 60 minutes.
You've obviously never done this before. Weird how I'm finding many sins for ring announcers here. 1986 truly is a strange year for wrestling. Also, hilariously enough, Chet's ring announcing as well as his repeats of the rules went on longer than the actual match itself. Sad but true story.
The fabulous one, fabulous.
Velvet McIntyre's shoulders were down the entire time, and the referee just stares for a while before realizing he's supposed to be counted the pin.
Count 1, 2, it's all over.
He has it.
Since Velvet McIntyre's foot was on the bottom rope throughout the pinfall, she definitely got screwed. Not surprised that the Fabulous Moolah made sure she remained on top for 28 years. An additional 10 sins will be added to the counter.
Fabulous Moolah.
First, the ring announcer kept repeating the instructions of the match, and now the timekeeper rang the bell for the second time despite the match ending. Does everyone have short-term memory loss in this section of WrestleMania?
I picked the football players, having seen the wrestlers in person.
Boy, that's embarrassing. Kathy Lee Crosby initially picked the football players to win tonight's Battle Royal, but what changed her mind to choose the wrestlers instead was seeing a terrible and messed up women's title match. I don't get paid enough to do this. This is a flag match, right? Where the winner gets to have their anthem performed. So why is Nikolai Volkov demanding that the Soviet Union anthem be performed now? He probably thinks he doesn't stand a chance against Corporal Kirchner. Corporal Kirchner's entrance theme plays, but he's nowhere to be found for almost 45 seconds. Did he lose his way backstage or something?
The Corporal out on the hard concrete here.
Come on, Gorilla, that was obviously the padding mats that Corporal Kirchner landed on. He missed the concrete by a couple feet.
Watch the upper hand of
He's
this.
biting him.
There was biting in the first section with George the Animal Steel, and now there's biting on this section with Nikolai Volkov. Hope nobody starts biting in the last section.
And once again,
Corporal Kirchner's very bad delayed reaction to getting thrown into the ring post. It's as if he forgot for a split second that he's supposed to react to that. By that point, it was too late.
well, I don't, it's not hard.
The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche, or in this case, the referee went sailing across the entire ring. Also, before getting knocked over, the referee clearly knew that Corporal Kirchner intentionally shoved him away, so why didn't he call for the disqualification when he recovered? It's not like he was knocked on his head or anything at all.
Lassie through the...
Victory by means of using an illegal weapon behind the referee's back is always a sin. Also, I'm adding another 30 sins because why is WrestleMania rushing literally all of their matches here? Do they have a strict time frame of like 30 minutes or something?
It is time for the Chicago portion of our main event.
But first, we should probably fix the screen that's still stuck on this one frame from the replay, because we got a glitch here. Also, main event? There's literally 2 matches left on the card. We still got a tag team title match set to take place after this Battle Royal. How is this the main event then? Also, if the WWF versus NFL Battle Royal was supposed to be the main event portion of the Chicago section, then why isn't it going on last? Why not bring out the tag team title competitors first, and then do the main event? Holy shit, this show sucks ass.
Here are the rules.
Just like the boxing match earlier, this reciting of the rules and introductions on special guest timekeepers, announcers, and participants goes on for a long-ass time.
The steel curtain.
The cameraman followed Ernie Holmes throughout his entrance until the wires literally reached their limit and awkwardly made the camera stop. I've said awkward a lot in these videos. Understandable though, this event is the epitome of awkwardness.
Bruno Sammartino.
Longest reigning WWF champion of all time, and Bruno Sammartino is resorted to performing in a battle royal match with football players at wrestling's biggest event. Ouch. Also, Ernie Holmes took one look at Bruno Sammartino and instantly lost all relevancy when it came to representing Pittsburgh. Mean Gene Okerlund awkwardly trying to pretend that William Perry's leap into the ring caused him to bounce in the air as if it was a major impact. Sorry, but that was terrible. Since when does the Chicago Bears actually make an impact?
Tremendous superstar in the world of...
The wrestlers and football players lock up to start the Battle Royal despite the fact that the bell had yet to ring. Guess this crossover of football and wrestling is officially unsanctioned in the record books. Thank God for that, I suppose.
Uh-oh, look out!
That looked more like Ernie Holmes threw himself out of the Battle Royal. I bet even he realized this whole crossover deal wasn't really worth the effort. Given how Andre the Giant is literally the biggest threat to everyone in the match, I'm surprised that the rest of the participants didn't gang up on Andre to throw him over the top rope.
The Killer Bees out.
Actually, you're wrong, because only Jim Brunzell of the Killer Bees is out of the match. B. Brian Blair is still in the ring. You got Bruno Sammartino in the middle of the ring, a man who a lot of these wrestlers would consider a great honor to be competing against, and yet he's being ignored. Given his history as WWF champion and his other accomplishments, I'm also amazed nobody really acknowledged him as a threat to their chances of victory.
Oh, there goes two guys out!
Not surprised that Harvey Martin didn't last long and never even got close to winning this match. He is from the Dallas Cowboys after all.
With B. Brian Blair high...
Why is Bruno trying to prevent B. Brian Blair from being eliminated? Seeing wrestlers save other opponents from being eliminated in battle royals is always annoying to watch.
Sammartino wailing away!
Bruno Sammartino eliminated the Iron Sheik from the match, but seeing Bill Fralick after he crashed and burned like the Atlanta Falcons on a traditional basis was apparently far more important to focus on.
With a big elbow, and there it goes!
Poor William Perry. Just when it seemed like he had momentum going, he got outsmarted by his opponent and lost. Hey, can't blame him for keeping tradition of the Chicago Bears.
As far as I'm concerned, oh, look at that!
Big John Studd was stupid enough to fall for William Perry's obvious "I'm going to show you poor sportsmanship after losing" trick. Did John forget what team William plays for? Also, elimination caused by someone who has already been eliminated from the match is always a sin.
Oh, there goes Russ, he's gone!
Ouch! Did you see the way Russ Francis' throat got caught on the ropes? Losing by choking most definitely reminded him of his time at the New England Patriots.
Oh, he kicked them both off!
Not really. Both Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart were already slipping and letting go of Andre's legs before he could kick them off.
Shot in, oh, the big boot, and the anvil over the...
Fucking what? What is the point of shifting back to New York? That city is already done with WrestleMania 2. Matter of fact, why is the crowd still in attendance when there's literally nothing left to do or watch?
And I don't have to dye myself black.
Not because you didn't get knocked out, but because that would have been fucking racist as hell. Roddy Piper dodged the bullet for sure.
The Tag Team Championship on the line.
It was probably this experience that led WWF to only bring in special guest ring announcers who are actually enthusiastic with what they're doing in the future.
We're waiting here patiently.
Just like Corporal Kirshner earlier, the British Bulldogs' music hits, yet they're nowhere to be found for nearly 45 seconds.
Referee calling for the bell.
And yet the timekeeper isn't doing anything to ring the bell. Is this another potentially unsanctioned match for WrestleMania 2? Matter of fact, it takes 2 minutes for the British Bulldogs enter the ring to the match actually starting. Also, sure, I'll take off a sin for Ozzy Osbourne simply because it's fucking Ozzy Osbourne. If you got a problem with that, take it up with my boss then.
The Hammer a little bit surprised, but they know what to expect from the British Bulldog.
Wait a minute, if Greg the Hammer Valentine knew what to expect from the British Bulldogs, then why would he be surprised when Davey Boy Smith shoved him over with power?
You won't find any better action.
What is the referee counting for? It's not exactly illegal to stand in the corner, it's illegal when wrestlers continue their onslaught in the corner.
The Hammer, he needs to make a
Damn, Greg Valentine must be either light as hell to be knocked over from a simple push to the head, or he shouldn't have had a drinking party with Ric Flair over in WCW before competing at WrestleMania 2.
Matter of fact, there's a little timeout.
Actually, that's not really a timeout because there are no timeouts in this match, just the boxing match over in New York.
and hard into the turnbuckle.
What the hell was that supposed to be? Davey Boy threw his head down onto Greg Valentine's knee on his own accord. All Greg did was get into position and swing onto nothing.
Beeper in for the ride. Nice clothesline.
Nice clothesline indeed by Dynamite Kid, but a terrible reaction to it on the part of Brutus Beefcake. After all the shitty matches we witnessed, I could really do with seeing an actual great match. I'm practically begging for it. Ozzy Osbourne POV cam.
This is the first wrestling match I've seen live.
Even though Kathy Lee Crosby has actually seen 3 matches prior to this one. Not to mention referring to these whole events as a wrestling match is factually incorrect because there is definitely more than one wrestling match.
Look out.
Look out for what? All I see is Davey Boy Smith casually entering the ring and slowly taking his time. What exactly am I supposed to be looking out for here? This tag team title match ended in the most awkward way. Dynamite Kid was a dick to his own partner by knocking Davey Boy Smith off the top rope to the floor outside, then collapsed on top of Greg Valentine, which somehow got the British Bulldogs the win. On top of that, the referee counted very fast in his count from 2 to 3. Alright, I'm heading over to the final section. Hope it's not as awkward or weird as the first 2.